Okay, good morning. It was an unusually beautiful, mild morning for December 2nd. And here I am at my freestyle camp. Just kind of got done with my coffee and having a little morning walk and talk with myself and some prayer and some that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I gotta film at least a quick little update about how everything has been working without getting into a rant for 45 minutes. Okay, so this is what I set up, and what I did is, because it was raining for like 4 hours yesterday, the ground is very moist, and if I was to lay just the sleeping bag on the ground, it would be a disaster. I'd be soaked. And I have a couple layers of cardboard, and if I laid that on the ground alone, I'm pretty sure that it would be condensating through by now. It'd be certainly muddy and getting kind of soggy. So what I did to reinforce the dryness and to keep the condensation from, getting the cardboard soggy and getting the bottom of my bag all wet, what I did is, when I got here, I cut some pine boughs and I put them made a bedding of them all underneath, and it goes the entire length of the bed. And then I took a couple of these layers of cardboard that I had, and I laid that on top. And I'll tell you, even like not even a tiny bit of moisture is under there, not even a little. So it worked really great. And this is very, very moist ground. Like, it's all like really kind of mucky. So I mean, it's not super soaked. If it was a big puddle, obviously I'd probably get a little wet. But it's, the ground, it's good ground, it's just very, very moist. So that is what I did yesterday to get through the night. And you got to watch out for stuff like this, obviously. See how that puddle accumulated there? Or even like this moist. You got to watch out for stuff like that. You don't want to put your tent in the wrong, or your sleeping bag down in the wrong spot. Now, if I didn't have the cardboard, I could have doubled up on the layer of pine bough. But because I have the cardboard, I had, a nice, good single layer of the pine boughs, and I was able to be fine with that because I had a little cardboard. I got a couple of extra pieces of cardboard last night when I left the gym, or evening, just before it got dark. And I took that into the woods here with me. And I already had some cardboard in here. So that's the update. That's how I got through the evening. And at this point, I'm looking to leave town pretty soon, because the weather has been great. I got a 30-mile hike. I don't know if I'm, I know I got to get down there before the snow starts flying and stuff, and because, I want to be near my storage unit for the deep freeze. There's going to be some pretty nasty days. And the sleeping bag I got it's wore out. It used to be warmer than it is now, but when you camp out on a sleeping bag and you're constantly sitting on it throughout the whole summer, and it's a year old or more than a year old, it flattens out and it loses its temperature rating. And that's the problem with the sleeping bag that I got. It's old, it's matted down, and it's just lost its temperature rating. So I need to go down to Du Bois, 30 miles south of here, and I need to be near my storage unit to where I can get a more a better sleeping bag with a lower temperature rating. And I need to I guess I need to kind of be able to move around more. The problem with going down there is it's a little bigger area. My storage unit is like 5 miles from town, but the area that I'm in when I go into town it's a little bigger, and it doesn't have the mom and pop real unique personal touch like this town has. So I'm not going to be able to just go into a gym and sit there for hours and hours as relaxed as I do here. So up here it's better for me because I can go to the gym every single night. It's really convenient, really close, it's cheap, and I can, you know, charge my phone and charge my phone batteries, and then I can film a video and say hi like I'm doing right now, and I can upload. I mean, that takes battery power. And when I go down to Du Bois, I'm going to be stealing charges, you know, kind of on the fly, and I might get a, you know, 40% or 50% charge, and then I'll have to grab and go, just, you know, go, because I'm not going to be able to sit in places like I do up here. And you know, the parks they have like electrical outlets, but they're usually shut down in the winter time. So it's going to be harder for me to upload, and it's going to be hard for me to deal with the cold weather and so on and so forth, and all the snow that comes with it. Snow is always a problem because you leave footprints, and then people see your footprints going off into the woods, and you can't keep your camp, you know, hidden. It's exposed, you know, because of the footprints. Somebody walks by, and if it was the summertime, they wouldn't see my footprints going off into the woods, like, you know. So right now I'm walking. If there was snow on the ground, I'd be leaving footprints, and somebody comes, you know, a day and a half later, and then they see where I was camping. So that's why I kind of want to be around my storage unit, because I can camp close to the storage unit. It's kind of an area just like this. In the evening, I can go and set my tent up, and then I can, you know, in the morning, you know, I get through the night, and then in the morning I can break the tent down, put it back in my storage unit, and then walk into town and do my thing there. And there is a gym that I can go to in Du Bois that is, I think, 30 or 35, if all is the same. I mean, I don't know if anything has changed, but it's, like I said, I can go there and I can charge my phone and stuff, but it's a 5-mile walk one way, so that's 10 miles from where I camp, or from my storage unit to the gym. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not like I can just walk around town with a big giant backpack on. I guess I could, but if I was traveling and passing through, that's one thing. But if I'm around a town all the time with a big backpack, that kind of becomes a little bit of a problem, because you want to go into a business, and, you know, regularly you find spots to charge your phone or whatever, and they start seeing, okay, this guy with a big backpack is coming around all the time. You know, you got to consider all that stuff. You know, the logistics of homelessness can become a daunting task because of people, but that doesn't make me discouraged from being homeless. You know what I mean? I still am gonna live this lifestyle until I find my soul family and I find a place where I belong. At this point, you know, I know for sure that this lifestyle is revealing my character and refining that character. As my character is refined, I will, like a magnet, draw my soul family, or I will be drawn to my soul family. I will find where I belong. And right now, at this moment, I know in my heart, not the part of the heart that deceives, but the part of the heart that loves God and is close to God and has the light of God in it, that part of my heart. In that part of my heart, I know that this is right where I belong for the time being. And I don't want to change to make somebody else feel comfortable for my safety. I'm not saying I don't want to change. My character needs to be refined. That's a change, you know. And those kind of changes are what I want. But this life itself is molding me into a person that will bring the blessings of God into my life. And when those blessings are brought into my life, there will be a light which will transcend my own body and my own little mind, and I think will include other parts, other people of the world around me, and I will be able to contribute my own personal note to the divine song for the glory of God's name in others, hopefully. If not, it's a gift of God. How I'm changing, I want to be a gift from God. And right now, if it was meant for me to shelter up somewhere because I was afraid of the cold, I would know it. I'm not just being stubborn here. I am following the staff of God that leads me. I guess you could say. My biggest regret in life is that I was not the person that I am today a long time ago. And if I was the person I am today a long time ago, would I be homeless? Would have I lived a homeless lifestyle? Is that anything to kind of regret? And the answer is no. It's not anything that I would regret. It's not anything I do regret. And yes, I definitely would still live a homeless lifestyle. I am sure of it. But if I was the person I am today a long time ago, I wouldn't have needed to refine so much in order to get to a place where I would have drawn my soul family and found the place where I actually really belong. So, I mean, it would have changed the course of a lot of things. You know, some of the things that I'd done, most of the things I'd done probably would have never happened. I wouldn't have got any tattoos, and, you know, I wouldn't have attached myself intimately to a lot of different people that I did. So, you know, I would have been a different person, and I would have been in the path that I'm at now. I wouldn't be like, gee whiz, I sure have messed my life up. No, you know, there has been something going really good in my life, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here. There is something good going on in my life. This isn't something that, oh my gosh, this is terrible, I'm homeless. No, not at all. This is something that I cherish. This is something very good that's happening for me. I am not going to doubt the things that I am trusting in God for based on what I see in reality, or based on the comparison that I see between me and other people who have generated enough wealth to reinforce their life and society. See what I mean? I know that I'm on the right path, and I am right where God wants me. I am right where I need to be. And I have provisions to deal with the cold weather. That doesn't mean that I am, hurrah, hurrah, it's going to be cold and miserable. That doesn't mean that I'm saying that. It doesn't mean that I don't want help from people. Along the way, we all need help. No man is an island. No woman is an island. You know, and nobody got here just on their own. You know, people built an entire infrastructure long before we were here. And everybody, in some ways, is delivered from their troubles through other people. Even if it's somebody who worked very hard to build their business, it's the customers that, you know, deliver them from their troubles, because the customers, you know, purchase their services, and then that puts money in their pocket. They generate wealth to reinforce their life, to build their family, and to help reinforce society. Okay, so everybody kind of has a role in playing. You know, we need help from everybody else. It comes in different forms, in different ways. It's a spectrum. And people, you know, their place in society is on a spectrum as well. But I'm not running from reality. I'm living in reality deliberately. And I know this is where God wants me. I know that I'm going to find my soul family, and at least that's how I feel in my heart. The part of the heart that doesn't deceive. There is a part of the heart that's deceiving. The heart is deceiving above all else, you know. Above all else, the heart is most deceiving. You know, who can understand it? It's desperately sick or whatever. But, what is that? Jeremiah 17, verse 9. But there's also a part of the heart that is the point of singularity. You know, the divine element within us that doesn't lie and doesn't deceive, you know. And that's the part that tells me I'm on the right path here. Yes, I'm going to have troubles. Yes, it's going to be cold. Yes, it's going to be hard. Hard. Yes, I'm going to depend on the kindness of strangers at times. I'm certainly going to be hopeful. But God is the one that brings the kindness. God is the one that brings the experience. Everything is a miracle wearing the robes of a rational explanation. So, with that said, that is my update. I don't want this to go on and on forever. So here I am, and I feel like hanging out here today, but if I leave, I will, because this is kind of in an open area. You know, somebody could walk down this, you know, through here. So I stash it. I take it and I stash it, put it underneath the tarp. You know, I roll up my bedroll and I attach my bedroll to my backpack, and then I bring the backpack over to a spot where I can stash it, you know, and blend it into the natural environment and put the tarp over it all so it doesn't get soaked. And then I cover it with leaves and, you know, this brown, you know, sort of the dead ferns and things. And then towards evening, just before it gets dark, I come over and set it up again. I wouldn't want to leave with this out in the open like that. So yeah, I'm going to be leaving, but they say it's going to be, I guess, a little rainy tomorrow. I mean, I could just pack up and go today. I almost feel like doing it. But I really want to upload something, you know, from this place. One more video to say goodbye, and to also show, you know, how I made the bed and how I kept the moisture off of me. Well, I guess with that said, I'm going to get on with my morning, and maybe I'll upload this video. Hope it wasn't too boring to listen to. That said, over Noah Road, over and out for now.